Restaurant customer flags down a non-employee to take their order, he takes their money and leaves, by user Whiskaz. I originally submitted this to r/tales from IOUR server, but I was told it definitely belongs here as well. Not me, but happened to my friend this past weekend. I am still absolutely flabbergasted at the balls on this guy. My friend is the GM at a very busy barcade in our city. This part is important because of the nature of the business. People don't get traditional table service like you would at a regular sit-down restaurant. People are constantly moving around to play games, and when they need food will generally go to the bar, order/get a number, and a server will find them at the Ms. Pac-Man or whatever and drop it off. Woman comes up to my friend and says she ordered food a long time ago and nothing has come out yet. Friend looks at the computer, sees no pending food orders, asks around to all the bartenders/servers who said they hadn't taken any orders from this woman. She rings in the woman's food but is now obsessed about getting to the bottom of it. She asks the woman what the guy was wearing/did he have a bar apron on. She says no, and my friend informs her that the only 4 people not in aprons are herself and the door guy. Door guy didn't not take this food order. She goes back to the office to review the cameras to see if she can figure out what happened. And guess what? This woman flagged down a guy she thought was an employee, asked if he could take their order, and the guy said, sure. He then proceeds to quote them a random amount of money, takes their cash, and leaves. That is some serious catch me if you can shit. Friend was honestly more impressed than mad. Where are the reindeer? By user theradish161. Just remembered this one after finding this sub. For context, I'm a gardener and usually go about in my work gear because it's comfy. Me and the family went to a garden center about a week before Christmas to look for decorations, new home after we moved in together. So there's me, 3-3M dressed in forestry gear, fiancé, 3-2F dressed in standard goth stuff, and my stepdaughter, 1-0F dressed like a 10-year-old. We're moving around the place as a family, choosing things for the Christmas tree. They both go to the toilet and I'm left holding all the decorations in a basket. Woman comes up to me, and without even saying hello goes. Woman, where are the fucking reindeer? I was told they would be here and now my son is upset. Me, the fuck? You talking to me? W, how dare you use that language, I am a paying customer, where is your manager, etc. etc. Me, first off, I'm a customer as well, and secondly if you want to talk to my boss, you are, I'm him. Do you want to ask me nicely or continue going on like a child? Thankfully the color drained from her face and she quietly left. I got some amazing mushroom baubles for the tree and the bairn got to feed the reindeer, which were clearly signposted. I did not see her or her son at the reindeer bit. Thank you corporate uniforms, by user informal_radish_1891. This one is a little ironic, since I technically work for the company, but not the location in specific. I work at a Starbucks, and next to it is a Target. Now, naturally, in this Target is another Starbucks, Tarbucks. So, I've worked the closing shift at my store, and since I needed to grab something from the Target, I decided to run there after. Keep in mind, I was wearing my Starbucks corporate shirt. Since the Target was closing in an hour, the Starbucks was already closed. I was in there with my mother, who had met me in the store, when a woman comes over and blocks my path. She points to the closed Starbucks and asks, aren't you supposed to be over there working? I was like, no, I work at a different SBUX. She just hit me with an O, and walked away. The next time a Karen mistakes you as a employee, by user barefo_pineberry. Play this song full blast. https://udo.b/wrj6_gap feature equals shared. And then write about it below on how the Karen reacts. Does she clue in? Or is she too single-track minded to figure it out? I did that one time in Walmart, and the Karen turned, huffed and stomped away. Problem solved, minimal time wasted. When I checked out my items, a manager approached and asked me why I was playing obscene insulting music loudly on my phone. I explained to him I wasn't and showed him the song I played by playing it and we had a good laugh. Why are people so stupid? By user taskfill. I keep reading of all these people confusing customers as staff and demanding all sorts of service from them, or if not, threatened with being fired, especially in USA. I live in Philippines and admittedly the supermarket staff are easy to identify, with their black trousers/slacks and yellow t-shirts with red logo on left breast area. There are often a lot of people in different uniforms, that are promoting their company's stocks, and even if you do make a mistake asking them first if they work there, will explain they are reps but will call for a supermarket staff member to help you. Sure, there are problems at times trying to get people to check if they have more stock out the back, quite often getting an out of stock answer rather than going to look and see if there is any more in storage area. People, customers, are often entitled as there is a dedicated checkout lane for pregnant women, disabled people and seniors, which generally isn't too crowded, which young people think is the best place to pay as the line is so short. Being Asians and not anteing to lose face, most of the cashiers don't turn them away from the clearly marked lane, which does annoy those that should be using the checkout area. This lane also had some of the best baggers on hand, packing your purchases in carrier bags or boxes, which are tied up with carry handle and either put in your cart or on a store dolly to get items to car park. Most times I just have a cart full which I start to push out myself, despite being 7'6" and needing a cane to walk with due to 3 minor strokes in 12 months. The cart is a great aid to hold onto for stability. When I reach the exit/entrance, there is a ramp to get down to car park level in front of store. There are also 2 or 3 security guards standing there keeping an eye on car park, chasing off beggars and with their shotguns, helping protect armored security vans bringing/collecting cash several times a day. They are always smiling and greet me by Uncle Dash Dash, and when COVID was at its peak, would usher me straight in, instead of standing in queues when limited customers were allowed in, as the invalid/aged customers they wanted to get in and out as quickly as possible to reduce the spread of disease. Now one of the guards pulls out my cane and hands it to me and take my cart down the ramp in front of me so I can descend at my pace, then takes it to my car, which he has already noted where it is parked, and loads all my purchases into trunk and takes the cart back for me and refuses any money I offer. My last trip I was in a different car, one I had owned previously, as my was having work done on it, but he asked if I was in the Toyota this time, not my Honda, as he thought he recognized the plate number. One other time I was in shopping, 4 cartons of cigarettes for my store, and they were waiting for a delivery of some stock as it was late arriving. One of the girls on the separate counter said if I wanted to pay for the few cartons they were short of, she would deliver them to my house later in the day when she finished her shift, as she knew where I lived and it was only about 1 kilometer from me, which she did, on her motorcycle, mid-afternoon. I just can't understand why Westerners make such a fuss over shopping when honey attracts more bees than vinegar, and being pleasant has many rewards.